What's up, you guys? We have finally got all of the parts, asterisk, because we still had no graphics card because of, the shortage going on right now. We have got all of the parts for the PC build stream. I have my usual camera set up, pointing down here at my workstation, where I've got my tools and all this stuff going on. And I have my old USB webcam that I used to use that's super blurry. See, look at this. I'm just a blur. I got my old webcam sitting up there as a face cam for this stream. So let's get it started. I'm just going to show you guys my parts first before we move on through the stream and kind of explain everything that we're going to do. Let me adjust that audio over there real quick. Bring that down. Alright. First up, we have the Intel Core i7 9700K. Very good CPU. A lot of people recommend it for streaming and all sorts of other stuff that I'm going to be doing. For my SSD, I chose the Western Digital SN550 M.2. I just chose it just because it was a fast SSD that was pretty cheap. It's a 1TB SSD. It cost me about 110, I think. The big ticket item that came in the mail today was my RAM. I've been waiting a long time for my RAM. It was sitting here in Little Rock for like 4 days, and then finally shipped to my house today. So I'm pretty happy about that finally getting shipped over here, and so that means that we can finally build. For the cooler, I chose the Cooler Master Hyper 212 RGB Black Edition. I need to make sure that, okay, I look at this camera and I aim the product. Why won't that camera focus? And then aim the product at that camera. Actually, if I turn off this ring light, will that help? There we go. I think that should mitigate some of the glare. Of course, I do stream in front of a window, so I get some better natural light. But we have the Hyper 212 RGB Black Edition. Very good cooler. A lot of people recommend it. For the motherboard, we chose the Z390 Aorus Pro Wi-Fi. Beefy motherboard with a lot of USB stuff. So that was one of the big factors that I chose, or that came into play when I was choosing this motherboard. For the power supply, we have a 750 watt EVGA gold power supply, and we also got, with that power supply, I'm going to move some of this stuff back over here. For that power supply, we also chose to get some custom cables. So these were some custom, please focus, thank you, some colorful mod extension combo cables. Like, they're just sleeved cables that were on Amazon for like 25 bucks. And Joey Delgado uses these cables in a lot of his builds, so that was kind of the main reason why I went with those cables. Then over here, to my right, we have Windows 10 on the flash drive, and we have the PC case, which I'm just going to pick up and move over here just slightly. We got the 510. That's a heavy case. We got the NZXT 510 Elite. I like the tempered glass a lot, and it comes with some 180mm and a 120mm fan. So just for airflow stuff. So what I have pulled up, I have this build guide from Linus Tech Tips himself, the man, where he did a first-person PC build guide, and this is just kind of what we're going to be using to kind of guide us in case we get stuck and make sure that we don't do anything incorrectly. So, without further ado, let's get into this build. So the first thing that he kind of said to do was to get the motherboard, and you can use this box as a kind of static-free workstation. So I'm going to open this up real quick and get this motherboard out of here. I definitely do not want to touch any of the parts that could get damaged. I made sure to like wash my hands and stuff before, so I wouldn't run the risk of, I don't know, getting anything on the motherboard. Wi-Fi stuff. I think this is SATA stuff. Installation guide. Some different screws. More cables. Cables. Screws. These are M.2 screws, actually. Another screw. Screw. Oh, that's pretty cool. They send you a little, if this will focus, send you a little patch kind of thing. That is some pretty strong adhesive there on the back. It's the adhesive that goes on the underside of my GoPro mount. And I've hit that thing against trees before. Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me, Carter. For the monitor that I have one of the two monitors. The other monitor I haven't ordered yet, just because it was a bit of a pricier monitor, and I didn't really need it to complete the build, because I already have two monitors here at home. One that my dad got several years ago, and then my personal one that I bought. But the monitor that I bought was the Acer it was like the SB220Q, I think. I think that was the name of it. Alright, so now that we got all this stuff, we're not going to need this CD, or DVD, whatever. We're going to put that down. User manual, we're going to need that. And then all of these cables and stuff, I am just going to move over here to this corner. And then the installation guide I will keep on hand. Excuse me. Alright. Is there a specific way that they want me to get this out of here? I think it is probably by this. You want to watch The Verge? Yeah, we can go do that after this stream, because, oh man, that was a really, really bad guide on how to build a PC. Renowned company, The Verge, decided to make a PC build guide, and it was just absolutely awful. Just gonna cut this really, really gently, because I do not want to mess that up. Alright. Very good knife. Thank you, Nate, for giving me that knife. And let us get this out of here. Just put that there. Take that out from underneath it. We can start a trash pile over there in the corner. Kobe. Actually, I don't need to be on this yet. We can just go back to this cam. Let's just put this like so. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we get all of these pieces of plastic off of the motherboard. Because I've seen a lot of things on Reddit and on YouTube of people that did not take these little plastic bits off, and they just kind of forgot about them. And it kind of melted onto their motherboard and ruined their build. So I don't want that to happen, because I spent a lot of money on this. Let's peel that off. It's a pretty nice sticker that Aorus has there. Where's my trash can? Oh, that's right. I have a trash can right here. I'm just going to put this over here so we have it here on hand. Let's get some more of these peels off. And I think that might be the last one. So we can look over it one more time and make sure. But I am 95% sure that that is everything. Is this I/O shield come off? I guess that is... It's interesting. Okay, that I/O shield is just attached to it, just from the get-go. So, alright, and I don't see any other peels that we might need to take care of. And there is our M.2. So, okay, a little bit of a breakdown of this motherboard. Let me turn it around to where you guys can see it a little bit better. You got your RAM slots right here. You got 2 spots for M.2 drives. You got your PCI Express stuff, and then another PCI Express thing down here that can be used for graphics cards, capture cards, Wi-Fi cards. But this has integrated Wi-Fi already built into it, so that will not be an issue for us because I can just connect to the wireless instead of having to run a wired connection. If I want to, but I'm probably still going to run Ethernet through my room. So then the next thing, I'm pretty sure it is the CPU. So
keeps it up off any debris that might be on my workspace.
Thanks, Linus.
If you don't have an anti-static work
Hold on, let me
surface, well,
slow this down.
For our CPU, as I mentioned before, we've gone with the Core i7-9700K. Unlike the 9900K, it doesn't have hyperthreading.
That is the exact same
given that it already has 8 cores, we're not really
processor that I bought.
It boosts up to 4.9 gigahertz, and because it's a K-series chip, it's unlocked, so we can do a little bit of overclocking should we see fit. Let's go ahead and install it. Step 1 is to push down the lever, pull it out, and then... Whoop.
Okay, yeah, I was just making sure. It's always best to measure twice, cut once on these types of things. Welcome, Emma. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for watching. So let's go ahead and get this out of here. It's kind of crazy to me when you think about a lot of these parts where it's like some little piece of metal just like that will cost like $300. That's insane. I'm gonna put this installation instructions over there because I don't need that. I already know how to install things. I watch Linus Tech Tips. I'm subscribed to him. I don't need your help. Gosh, what kind of person do you think I am? Amateur? No. Let's put that there. We can move this over here. I want to keep most of the storage parts, like cardboard and such, in case I need them later on, because you never know when you might need to store it someplace. Let's go ahead and take this out. Actually, you know what? Let's not take it out yet, and let us open this first. Push it down and then out. It's actually a pretty good tension right there. Lean it back, and then I'll cough before we start to mess with it. Alright, focus, thank you. Let's find this gold corner on the bottom left-hand side. And then I'm going to be careful to not touch the underside of this. Then I'm going to put it on the corresponding side of the CPU, or of the motherboard. Okay, that fits. Give it a little wiggle, like Linus says. And then we can move this back down. Okay. Okay. And then let's... Ooh, that is a lot of force. I don't like that. I know it's natural, but... Alright, I just still don't like that. Okay, so we have this cover. We'll make sure to keep this in case we have to send this back to the manufacturer at some point. At least that's what Linus says in his video. So I'm just going to trust his word on it because, of course, he's Linus Tech Tips. Let's put that over there with our processor box. Excuse me. Alright, let's go back to see what he does next.
The retention plate should move out of your way.
Yeah, we already did that. Okay, thanks.
Making sure that it stays.
Yep.
This plate should pop off on its own.
We got it.
For our memory, we've gone with a nice low latency.
Alright, memory is up next. The thing that has been holding up the stream for a very long time. Because we have not had the memory. Because the post office just would not deliver it to me. I got out my knife. This is such a good knife. Thank you, Nate. I don't think you're watching, but thank you for this knife. We went with the G-Skill Trident Z DDR4. I think it's 3600 RAM. We went with the 2x8 configuration, so 16 gigs. I don't think I need much more than 16 gigs, but if I do, I can grab some more 2x8s later. Alright, let's take these out. These are a lot heavier than I thought. Some people actually said that these were kind of sharp on the edges right here, and I believe them, because they are. So we need to make sure that we install this, excuse me, with dual channel memory in mind. So it just makes your PC faster. So right here on the motherboard, I know you guys can't see it, but I can. So I'll just kind of explain to you guys what I can see. It says DDR4_B1, DDR4_B2, DDR4_A1, DDR4_A2. So the ones that we're going to be putting these sticks in are DDR4_B1 and DDR4_A1. That'll allow us to use the dual channel memory on this motherboard. So just pull back these latches right there, pick up the RAM, make sure that this is lined up in the way where this little notch, actually here, I'm gonna put it under here, where that little notch will line up with this notch here on the RAM slots. So push it in, and it's gonna take some force, but you're not gonna break your motherboard. You got it stuck, and now let's add the second one to the DDR4_A1. Again, making sure that it lines up, and then getting it down there into that slot. Pushing down, and you hear that click. There we go. Both of them are secure. And look at that. They sent me a little sticker too. Put that over there in my sticker pile. And then this is the G-Skill member register your product stuff. Put this over here with your RAM box. Where did I put the RAM box? There it goes. So we got that all put together. That's all great. Moving right along. It's been 33 minutes and we are already, actually, it's been 15 minutes because we did the 15-minute timer at the beginning of this. Show the sticker pile. Well, as of right now, it's only 2 stickers. It's the G-Skill sticker, and then it's the Aorus sticker. So that's the whole sticker pile. But I do have a bunch of other stickers in my room and stuff from Razer and from Yeti and from all sorts of other companies, from just things that I've bought stuff from. But yeah, it's great. What is the next thing that Linus wants us to do? Tell us, Linus.
DDR4 3200 kit from G-Skill.
Alright, cool. We already did that, though.
Would be the same.
Ah, M.2. Okay, go back.
From both sides until you hear a click on each end. Now it's time to install our M.2 SSD. We're using a 512 gig 760p series from Intel, but the instructions would be the same regardless. First, you're going to want to find the M.2 slot on your motherboard. We've actually got 2 here. One right here, one right here. Oh, okay, strictly speaking, there is a third one, but you can see this one is quite short, and it's actually marked right there. It's intended for a Wi-Fi card. Next, we're just going to hold our SSD up to it and see that, yep, okay, this is an 80mm model, so that's where we're going to want to install our mounting post.
Open the
Remember
box.
That bag I showed you guys before?
Thank you.
This has 2 pieces in it. One of them is a male and female threaded mounting post.
Put that over there.
Let's have a look at that. So you can see it
And then we
screws
can
into
put
the
that
motherboard
box
there,
over here.
and then
Actually,
has a
put this
screw
box
into
over
the
here.
top of it there. And the other is a little tiny screw for security. the screw into the top of it.
Okay, so this is the first thing that we're going to be needing from our bag. Excuse me. Oh, Gavin Polly, thank you for following. I just looked up and saw that you followed. So thank you for that. This is going to be one of our M.2 screws. Oh. Let's move the camera back. This is going to be one of our M.2 screws that we're going to need. Actually, you know what would be a better idea? Separate these out into screws and cables. So there we go. We have screws, cable, connector, cable, 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 screw, screw. Okay, and then another cable. We can put all those cables over there, and now we have easy access to our screws. Man, I am so smart. Okay, so this is going to be our male, and I'm actually going to take these two, and I'm going to put these in our motherboard box, because we don't actually need these other two M.2 drive screws, because we only have one M.2 drive. Simple as that. But what I'm going to do is I got this little glass bowl here, and I'm going to take the screws, and I do not want to lose them, even though I do have backups. I'm going to take this, because this is the male and female screw. I'm going to take this out, put it in the little thing, whatever. Put that in the trash, and now let's get the male screw taken out of this bag. Put that there in the little cup thing. Alright. So what did Linus say to do? Okay. Our motherboard is going to be different, because it's Linus's versus ours. I think... okay, so just from looks, I think that our M.2 drive is going to go in this one. Am I correct? Yeah. Okay, it's going to go in that one, because this is for something else, and I don't know what that is, but that is a lot longer than... actually, can I turn this to a way y'all can see this better? Yes, I can. I can turn it that way. Boom, baby. Yeah, this one is a little bit too long. You can see where that would go in, and then this mounting area, compared to where the screw is, the mounting area is right there. And then right here, that is perfect right there. So we're going to put this back on the box. That's pretty gross. Excuse me. And then we're going to take these out. I just realized there was already an M.2 drive screw on here. And man, those are tight. Why is that? Did they put like thread locker on that? Why was that so hard to take off? So let's get this off of here. Put that down in there. And then this is the heatsink. You need to make sure that we take this off, because this is another peel. So satisfying. It's actually sticky. Don't really know why. Actually, I do know why, but... and then I assume this goes face down. Am I correct, Linus? Please let me know. Don't want to make any mistakes. We cannot afford to make a mistake.
Push it into the slot, and then just hold it down.
Yes, okay. I was correct. So we are going to... let's go back to this. Take this, push it into the slot, and then... why is it not going in? I do not want to break this. Okay, wait a second. Okay, so there's the notch over there. So that means that it does go... ah, okay. Alright. My hands are too big for this Linus. I'm sorry. I'm doing something wrong. Push it in, and then down. Okay, alright, we got it. And now let's get the screw. Oh, dang it, man. I just realized something. We're going to have to put this on as well while holding that M.2. Okay. So, alright, we can line this up. Alright, we got that flush. Moving right along. Now let's just get that in there. Where's my screwdriver? And then we can tighten this back down. I don't really want to get this too tight, just because I don't think it needs to be. But I will get it semi-tight. There we go. That's secure. And then we got that heatsink attached to the top of it. We are good to go. Excuse me. Put that knife over there. And I realized that we don't actually need these two screws. So I will be putting them back in a bag and then putting them in the, excuse me, putting them back in the motherboard case. So I'm just actually going to take this bag and I'm going to take these out and put them in there. I don't know why they included the male screw that wouldn't work with the heatsink. I guess if you just don't want to use the heatsink, but excuse me, I'm sorry about that. I'm still just a little bit sick, and it's been a while, so. Okay, moving on. Alright, what does Linus say to do next?
Something to watch out for here, guys, is that while most computer screws are size 2 Phillips, these are usually size 1, so you're probably going to
actually, you know what? We can full screen it
before you finish installing. So that's done, but I do have a couple more notes about M.2 installation. On our board, both of the slots were easily accessible.
Okay, yeah, cool. Thanks, Linus.
If you want to save a buck,
okay.
Save a buck by going with something a little bit.
Moving on to the fans.
In the case, but what they do is they'll act as an time. Now let's turn our attention to cooling.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I don't remember if I mentioned this or not. We also bought an active camo Master Chief Funko Pop, just because I really like Halo, and it's also a theme in Joey Delgado's builds, where he will put a Funko Pop inside of his cases, and I thought that it was pretty cool. I went with the active camo one, just because I thought it would work well with the RGB lighting in it, just because he's kind of like a clear figurine, and then the RGB light will go through it, so it'll work out, you know.
We've gone with the Noctua NHU-12S
Big brain.
for its
Big
great
brain.
balance of reliability.
All right, let's just skip to the installation.
A little bit less.
All right, Linus.
We weren't going to go. And of course, the included documentation.
Okay, Linus.
Backplate.
All right.
Orientation of this is pretty
need the
easy to
backplate
figure
first.
out once you know the guiding principles. Just check for where the centered hole is and align it like so.
Great. It's perfect. Why is my CPU at 63% usage? Is it because I'm playing YouTube? Yeah, now it's dropping. Okay. I don't know why it was so high. Let's put this back on. How does this even go on there? Alright, we got it figured out. Get this box out of here. We don't need you anymore. Cooler time. Can I move this that way? Move this way. Yeah, this is the hard thing, trying to manage my frame, or not my frame, but like my kind of camera space, because my monitor is literally like leaning up against the window with my two webcams on it. So I'm trying to maximize camera stuff as much as possible, and I just opened that entire thing up and nothing fell out, but Something could have. That would have been disastrous. I better turn that over because the fan will fall out onto the ground, and I don't want that to happen. Let's pull that out. Nothing there in that box. We can put this on the ground. So we got this box of parts, which I'm going to set right here. And then we have our fan. Yes. All right, we can put this down in here. We have a super silica packet, so I will be saving this to eat later. I'm going to put that over here next to my phone. It's a good late night snack. I need that. Information and warranty in Arabic. Cooler Master, make it yours. And then we have their user manual. So that's great. Looks like we have the SATA cables down underneath here. Warranty void if removed. Okay, then I will leave that on there until we actually plug this in. But look at that! That is a beautiful fan. Look at that. Beautiful fan. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. Let's get down to installation. We got a lot of brackets and all sorts of things in there. We have 2 other fan clamps that can be used if you want to attach another one of these fans to the grate on the back. And then we have a SATA splitter, I believe. No. Yeah, it's a SATA splitter. Okay. Excuse me. We can put this up here with the rest of the cables, and then we can leave these actually here in the box, but we are going to need this rear mounting bracket, so we're going to keep that. Just keep that, and close this back up. Man, I'm really feeling like a pro at this by now. I don't want to be too overconfident, though, because I know that will probably come back to bite me at some point. This does not look too standard, so I'm actually going to take these out, and I'm going to take a look at the manual, because that does not look like what he was using up there. User manual. Manuel. Okay. Let's take a look at this. First thing that we're going to need to do is find parts E and I. I'm gonna move the thermal paste over here. This is all very confusing, and I don't like this. Actually, was there something in here? Yes, okay. As responsible craftsmen, we will be dumping all of our stuff into the cup. Okay, so put that there in the cup. And put this bag on the side because it's a resealable bag, so I might need it later. We can take these out, but these are... This appears to be a fan controller, but I don't think we're going to be using that. Uh-oh, okay. Did I just drop something? I don't think I did, but I just saw this little SATA thing, so I'm gonna put that in there, and then there's that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a fan controller, so I'm gonna put that in there, leave that there. Excuse me. Put that back on the side. Actually, let's take out this thermal paste for later, and then we can take out this fan controller because we're not going to be using it now. And then let's see, where was the manual? Oh, there it is. All right. Excuse me. Okay. we're going to need E and I, which you guys can't see that, but E is... appears to be... Okay, so we're supposed to have 4 E's. Okay, let's actually sort these out. That would probably be better. Okay, so this is bracket B. This is, okay, it actually has a count of these on this side. So I'm actually going to orient it like this. Cooler. Bracket B, there's 2 bracket B's and 2 bracket C's. So we can put those there. And then 1 rear bracket. And then I don't know what these are, but it says that we have them. Excuse me. We have this pad thing or whatever right here. Ah, okay, I see him. Let's just pour these out here. I know that's... man, that pains me to look at, because I know that that's not where that goes. I'll put this cable thing up here. But look, it's only temporary. It's only temporary. And then let's put this bracket together. Okay, so E's need to go down in through these holes. Okay. Is that correct? And then we need to get one of these to go... one of these plastic bits. Let go. Let it go. What did I just tell you? Let go. There we go. Okay, plastic bits I to go over the E parts. So let's push this over. Yeah, just push that over that. Okay, cool. Is that as far as that it'll go? That is not as far as it will go. Alright, there we go. Okay. So we have it locked into place. Got that one in. Let's take another one and orient it correctly. Because these are rectangles, not squares. And then we can put this over the top of it. And push it all the way. Oh, that was about to be bad. Push it all the way back. There, it's connected. And oh, 4 viewer. Let's check this. All right, cool. Let's grab another rectangular bracket, or not bracket, a rectangular screw. Put it in there. Let's get one of these covers. Get it over it. See, the thing that I don't like about manuals is they're very rarely to scale, like in the book. And I know that that's on purpose, but it's like when you have a drawing of something that is the size of this tiny little screw that goes into this mounting bracket on the back, that's roughly the same size as like this spacer thing. That's not... I don't like that. Alright, now let's get this mounted. Okay. We got it. Okay. So now we are going to turn, we're going to get this motherboard, pick it up. Whoa. And we are going to put this through the back. Ah, come on. All right. We almost got all of them. Okay. There we go. Grab it by the I/O shield. Just set it back down. Okay, so all the screws are through. That's good. That's very good. Okay. Now let's take part F, which is, I believe, this. Yes, part F is this. And we are going to screw these onto here. This is strange that I'm going to need a something like a socket set for these, but I think we can actually, you know what, I don't want to use a socket set on this. That just seems like a bad idea. Remember when you're tightening things, if it's like something that's 4, do screw 1 and then screw 3 and then screw 4 and then 2, because it just helps kind of even things out a little bit. And then I'm just going to get these firmly hand tightened. Alright, there we go. Because I don't want to run the risk of damaging the motherboard somehow by getting it too tight. So, uh-oh. I definitely don't want to damage the motherboard by dropping anything onto it. So we're going to tighten this up. Alright, so we got all that on. It says that the next step is putting the thermal paste on. Now, this is something that the Verge especially needs to listen to, is you don't need a whole lot of thermal paste. The Verge coated it like it was an icing, like it was icing on a cake. It was so much thermal paste. It was a ridiculous amount. In reality, you need like a small pea-sized amount. So I'm going to put that on there. There we go. And then I would do it in a circle, just so it would kind of spread out evenly from one spot. Once you put the cooler on there. So remember to cap your thermal paste, because you never want that to accidentally mess something up. Okay. And now it says to peel this piece off the bottom of the cooler. I would make sure to do that, because if your CPU is overheating and you have a piece of plastic on it, it's going to melt. It's going to melt. Because I've seen CPUs cook meat. Like, there are videos of guys on YouTube cooking like small bits of sushi with their CPU. Let's turn the... Okay. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take off the fan. Just lift that bracket there. Take it off. So now we are going to be installing our B brackets to the grate. Let me put this down there. We want to make sure that these screws right here are facing up. Actually, these screws right here are facing up, so when you screw them, they will go down, up, because this is going to be flipped over, okay? That's what I'm saying. We're going to be using part H, which I believe is this part. Yes. Okay, because there are only 2 of these and there are 4 of those. Alright, perfect. Drop this in. Is there any lock I need to put on the back of this? I guess not. Alright, now just pushing the bracket up against it and then tightening the screw down onto it. I don't think that that is on there straight, so let's try that again. Okay, that very clearly has threading there on the inside, but I just don't think I'm doing it right. Yeah. Alright, there we go. That one's going through now. Alright. Now we are going to be lifting this motherboard using the CPU cooler. So make sure that you do this job right. So make sure that it is all tight and all together there. Because you want to minimize your contact with the motherboard as much as possible. So let's get this installed on there. I just thought of something. You know what would be kind of a cool sport? Speed PC building. And you could have like specific parameters or something, or like you could have everybody show up and then the like it could be sponsored by Intel or something, and then Intel would provide you with the parts that you need, and then they'd say, okay, build the PC. I'm sure this has probably already been done, but I just thought it was a cool idea. Okay, so now these brackets are on here. We can put these down onto the CPU. Make sure to get it good and situated on there. And now we're going to be needing the big screwdriver to attach these. Okay, so that one's down on that side. Push this down. And get that one threaded in just a little bit. Come on. Alright, so that one got threaded. And then alright, please go in. The screws are nice. Thanks, Cooler Master, for the screws being spring-loaded. Definitely doesn't feel like if I mess this up, this is going to go flying off somewhere. Very good design. Alright, let's keep going around now. I think the thing that I'm most afraid of with this is I'm just going to strip one of these. That would be awful. That would be absolute worst case scenario. Is if I were to strip one of these. Ah, dang it. Okay. Okay, we put it on upside down. I mean, that doesn't affect it, but just for cosmetic's sake. Stop spinning that. For cosmetic's sake, that's going to get on my nerves. Let's see what Linus... Okay.
Like this. Please note, the curved side.
Yeah, because he was using one of those Noctua coolers, whereas I am not. So, of course, he's using the Linus Tech Tips Noctua cooler. When is Ziggity gonna get a Noctua cooler? I don't know. There's only one way that I can get a Noctua cooler, though, with my name on it, is if I become a famous Twitch streamer, and you guys know how to do that. Oh, we just passed the hour mark. those of you that are watching right now that are following me here on Twitch, big thank you for following me here. It really helps grow the channel and help support me because I really like to do this. And those of you guys that are watching that are not following, I would really appreciate the follow. I saw that Gavin Polly followed me earlier during the stream, so big thank you to him. But yeah, it helps me grow here on the channel, and also helps you guys keep up with my epic streams. So it's just a win-win situation. There's no reason why you shouldn't. Alright, let's untighten this. Okay, which is the one that's still attached? Okay, that one is still attached somehow. Okay. Yeah, so that thermal paste coated very evenly. Perfect how just yeah, no, that coated, that was like the perfect amount. I think it'd be cool to design PC parts. I'm going to college to study engineering, so who knows? Maybe instead of becoming a doctor, I will decide to do PC parts instead. Maybe I'll just do that in my spare time, huh? I wonder if PCs will even still be like practical by the time I get to the there we go. By the time I get to the workforce. Or will they already have been kind of outdated by something else? Something smaller. Like maybe someday an iPhone, a machine that's the size of an iPhone, will have the same computing power as something that's got like a Ryzen Threadripper and two 3090s in it. All you gotta do is just pair your monitors with it and you're good to go. Instant startup, no latency time. I feel that that's far in the future though. Get these tightened down. At least now it's right side up though. That won't mess with my my brain. I will, every time I look at this PC, I will be like, that's upside down. That's upside down, and you let it stay upside down. Okay. We have almost got these all tightened. Okay, so that's tight. That one's tight. Please do not script these screw heads. I do not want that to happen. All right. There we go. Whew, it's kind of hot. Or not like really hot, but I'm just kind of sweating in this sweatshirt. Let me go get a drink of water. I will be right back. I have my cup just over on the other side of the table because I do not want it to spill. But yeah, I'm gonna go get a drink of water for just a second. Stepping over all of that trash on the floor. Uh-oh, I just kicked the box. Tasty water. Okay. So now in this case, we are going to be doing a pull configuration for the fan. So what this is going to do is the fan is going to be sitting like this on the front of the, well, Will this work with my my RAM? I might have to take my RAM stick out to put this back in. That's no big deal though. Alright, come on. And I can run this underneath this. Let's do that. Okay. Pull it to the other side and then attach this. Is that good on that side? I think that's good on that side as well. Alright, now let's put that RAM stick back in. But yes, ow. As I was saying, is it not lined up? Oh, there it is. Is that not all the way clicked? There we go. That's clicked on both sides. But yes, as I was saying, we're going to be doing a pull configuration for this. Put those screws in there. For this build, because what this will allow us to do is it will pull air coming from the intake on the case through this fan and then through this grate that will cool the CPU. Actually, no, push configuration. This is a push configuration because you're going to be pulling air in and then pushing it through the grate. A pull configuration is where you can put another fan on the back side and it will be spinning and pulling air through the front. But some people say that it is not as effective because it won't be drawing air directly from the front. Air will take the path of least resistance, so it will come through the side rather than the front. So I'm just going to do with the push and then have it come in through the front, and then it'll spit out through some of the side and some of the back. Okay, so now that the fan is on, what does it say to do next? That is the same instructions. Okay, so it's got different instructions for Intel and AMD, and then the AMD ones use the other brackets. Alright, great. Okay, so there are 2 CPU fan headers that need to be plugged in. Is there a way I can cable manage this just a little bit better? It does not appear so. So let's just take these, and then this one will go CPU fan and CPU OPT. Okay, so this is the CPU fan one. So we'll put this on this connector. It's going into those pinholes, is it not? That's a lot of force to get that on there. I really hope I'm doing this correct. Alright, there we go. That got it on. That actually doesn't look that bad. And then that one goes to the okay. So this one will go to the back. That will connect to the fan controller. But I don't think we're going to be using that, because I think we're just going to be using the one on the BIOS, like in the motherboard. So I don't know where that's actually going to go. But that will be connected to this piece. So we can put this on here. Actually, I don't know how much I really want to put that on there yet. Second fan is optional, blah, 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 blah. We don't need that. All this other stuff is for AMD. So we will put the fan controller and then all of these other parts in this bag, because we are not doing AMD. So we don't need them. And then we will close this up. Actually, I'll throw the thermal paste in there too. Let's get that down in there. Get in there, thermal paste. And then we can put this back in the CPU box. Don't need that. This is for the controller, so we'll put that in there. And I believe that that is all that we need. Unless there's something else in the back of the manual. Second fan is optional. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, that's it. Moving on. Finally. Now it's time for the graphics card. No graphics card. Sorry. Alright. Let's go to this.
Goes out. Regardless.
Thanks. Alright, Linus.
Give it like a
Oh, wait, there's another piece.
half.
Okay. Keep going, Linus.
Hit their stopper.
Keep going, Linus.
So we don't have to look at it. Get in there. Get in there.
Alright, what is he doing now?
A, it means that you don't have to clean up all that stuff at the end. And B, standard ATX layout.
Okay, so we're moving into the case next. Let me actually, hold on. I just realized there was another box that we didn't put in the case. So I'm actually going to put this piece down in there too. That piece goes in there. And these bags all will go in here. If you have resealable bags, please keep them. I'm not a big guy on like the whole like environmental thing or whatever. Like, I'm not someone who's going to be out there like screaming at you if you're using a plastic straw. But if you have resealable bags, it's kind of dumb to not keep them, because like you can use them again. So why not keep them? Okay. Moving on. Case time. I'm going to move this over here. And if you fall, I am actually going to cry on stream. Okay? Do not fall. Don't. I'm not kidding. Alright. Let's get this. Took you an hour to put the motherboard together. Yeah, I had to take the cooler off and put it back on again because I put it on backwards. I mean, it wasn't really backwards, but the Cooler Master logo was upside down, and I knew that that was going to get on my nerves, so I had to do that. And I'm also double checking everything to make sure. And no, it only took me 45 minutes because there was the 15-minute timer. Got him. Educate yourself. Alright, let's get this case over here. But first, I want to show you guys something cool. Because of course, whenever you have something like this, and actually, we can tilt this camera up. There we go. Whenever you have something that has tempered glass on it, it's got the stuff that you can peel. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that. Wow. Wowee. Wow. Look at that. It's so smooth and satisfying. You want to follow me on Twitch so bad. You want to follow me on Twitch so bad. There's no subliminal messaging in this at all. Not one bit of subliminal messaging. Wow, look at that. And guess what? There's another sticker that we can take out. Wait, is this one of these paper stickers? It better not be NZXT. Oh no. It is. It's one of those paper stickers. If this leaves any residue, I'm going to be extremely mad. Oh, tough turn. Alright. Awesome. Could not have been more perfect. Do we need to take that off? No, that's serial number stuff. Turn this to the front. And guess what, guys? Since this is also tempered glass on the front, we get to do it again. Wow. She's a beauty. She's a real beauty. Alright, let's turn this back around. So the first thing that Linus wanted us to do, because I watched this video before, we did this build stream, you wanted us to take the panels off. So this front panel has got to go. Okay. Lift that up. And because this is tempered glass, I am just going to go put this back in the box, because I don't want to mess this up at all. I don't even want to run the risk. So let me go put that over there. Stub my toe. Ouch. I just stubbed my toe. I'm gonna be moving my my punching bag back out of my way so I don't stub my toe again, because that really hurt a lot. Ouch. Alright, we're good. We're good. Alright, so the next thing that he wanted us to do, or that he said to do, was also remove this back panel, which I'm not really going to worry about turning the case around for that, because it's just a white back panel. You guys can trust me about that. Actually, peel this other sticker off right here. Oh no, it's one of those paper stickers. No, NZXT. It's okay. At least it wasn't on the glass part of it. If it was on the glass part, I would have lost my mind. You know, like when you're about to finish peeling off a sticker or something, and then it just leaves that little bit of paper there at the end. Yeah, that's what it just did right there. But if you just kind of rub it, it'll just come off. Yeah, let's just take this off now. Take that out. Now we'll go put this over by the box. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff here in the back of this case. So I'm gonna get most of it out before I lay it over. I mean, there's some cable stuff, but like there's a box of things in one of the hard drive ports, which we're not gonna be using a hard drive for this, just because I didn't buy one, and I don't really think I'll need one. So I'm gonna take that out, put that over there, and then we got the manual and another box. Leave that over there. I will put these cables underneath it. Ugh. There is a fan controller back here, but I'm gonna run all of my stuff through the motherboard, or at least I'm gonna try to, because I want to try and get all of the RGB stuff synced up rather than it just kind of running whatever it wants to do. So yeah, that's just what we're gonna do. But we're not gonna do that yet because we haven't gotten to that part yet. So I'm gonna turn the case around and then we'll lay it over. Sorry if that was loud. I feel like I'm handling a baby. A very metallic baby from Best Buy. Okay. Alright, we got that. How are we gonna do this? You know, you guys can't really see that well. I could lift it up and show you guys every once in a while. Actually, surely there is some way around this. Not one that I can see. Okay, so that's what you guys are stuck with for now. So, but what I can do is I can tilt this up to look me in the eye. Yeah. So we're gonna be looking top down for now on. All right. Let's go back to see what Linus is doing now.
Front intake here with filter.
Okay, Linus.
As I'm removing pre-installed screws, right panel.
See, our screws are actually
Also
attached
scout the layout of my
to
board
the
and make
panels,
sure that anything that I can is already pre-run to where it needs to go. So USB 3 is either down here on the bottom edge or over here on the right. When I can get away with it, I actually do prefer to use this one. I find it not as ugly looking. Oh right, for those who aren't familiar, this is what the USB 3 connects.
Okay.
Clip that was pre-installed on my front panel connections.
This is.
These
are the things that I need to pay attention to.
Here's a nice little pro tip.
Check general. Let's see.
Panel. Boop. See? And they'll stay exactly where I put them. I tend to try to do some basic organization before I even start putting anything into the case. So here I'm just...
Hold on, what did you do? Let's go back real quick.
And putting them into my magnetic parts tray. If you don't trust yourself to remember where everything came from, here's a nice little pro tip. Right.
Why are you guys spamming me in the chat?
Boop. See? And they'll stay exactly where I put them. I tend to try to do some basic organization before I even start putting anything into the case. So here I'm just taking off the wire management clip that was pre-installed on my front panel.
Oh, hey, I have a new channel
now. I can also
now.
scout the layout of my board.
I have
and make
hashtag
sure that
Ziggity there in my Discord.
Is already pre-run to where it needs to go. So USB 3 is either down here on the bottom edge or over here on the right. When I can get away with it, I actually do prefer to use this one. I find it not as
actually Ziggity with one
right, for those who aren't familiar, this is what the
so.
USB 3 connection looks like. You can see it's actually keyed on one side and then there's one blank pin. That corresponds to the key on the slot and of course the blank pin on the slot right there. Now there are just two more things that we can pre-run before we install the motherboard. Any integrated RGB, so in this case we've got a lighting controller that actually does not just RGB but also speed control for our included fans, as well as a hub for it, including a SATA power connector.
Okay, go back, Linus. Sorry, I was paying attention to the
screws I'm removing
Discord.
from the case. Here's a nice little... Boop, see? Before I even start putting anything into the case. So here I'm just taking off the wire management clip that was pre-installed on my front panel connections. I can also scout the layout of my board and make sure that anything that I can is already pre-run to where it needs to go. So USB 3 is either down here on the bottom edge or over here on the right. When I can get away with it, I actually do prefer to use this one. I find it not as ugly looking. Oh right, for those who aren't familiar, this is what the USB 3 connection looks like. You can see it's actually keyed on one side and then there's one blank pin. That corresponds to the key on the slot and of course the blank pin on the slot right there. Now there are just two more things that we can pre-run before we install the motherboard. Any integrated RGB, so in this case we've got a lighting controller that actually does not just RGB but also speed control for our included fans, as well as a hub for it, including a SATA power connector that's already close enough to our power supply that that's a perfectly good spot for it.
I think this is going to be where we have
course,
to deviate
our
from
fans.
Linus.
Now, I did say before that we were going to reposition those, so why don't we go ahead and do that? They're going to be in a...
Excuse me.
But on this one, you've actually got... So if we notice that you're...
Okay, so we're not actually installing any fans because all of our fans are already pre-installed.
Let's throw our filter back on. What I'm doing right now with the fans is... And my power wires aren't crossing each other. Over here in the bottom right, and power is actually going to come up across here and over here. This is really important. Before you install your motherboard, you're going to want to scout out where the fan power connectors are on the board. Now, I like to see them along the bottom edge here or the right bottom edge here. That makes it particularly easy to install bottom or front fans. Unfortunately, this board, being more of a value option, has the fan connections right here, and then yeah, there was one more. It's labeled AIO pump, but that's fine. We can still put a fan there.
Just had an idea. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Can I do this? Maybe. Possibly. Can I move this monitor over here? Yep. And then, because we're gonna have to stand this up. There's no way around it. We're just gonna have to. All right. So this is my master plan. Okay. We're gonna take that monitor, and then we're gonna move this webcam over to right there. So let's clamp that. Okay. Hello. Alright, does that look good from there? I think that looks fine. Okay. I think that'll be fine.
So our rear fan, we're actually going to plug into this one, and then our two front fans, we're going to plug into these two. Unfortunately, that means our cable management is a little bit trickier because we don't want to just drag them all the way across the board. So we're going to go under the motherboard and then up over here for a nice short little run. That's why I'm running these guys right over here. Well, I'm trying anyway. Get in there. Now it's time to install the motherboard.
Okay. So, it's messing up my mouse pad. So I have to figure out what all I am looking at down here in the case, because there is a lot of stuff going on. A lot of wonky stuff. I am not giving Peyton a shout out. Okay, so what are we looking at? We got some twist ties. back here. So we'll look at those later. Okay. We got that. I'm sorry, there's just a lot of things that are stuck behind here that are... He's mad at me? Okay. I don't really care. Let's move this back to the, there we go. And now I can actually move that down there to where you guys can see me working. Alright. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here in the back that I have to figure out what to do with. So, look at all that. It's a lot of stuff. So I need to, first of all, I just need to figure out what I'm looking at. Okay, so we got the fans here. So these are all the fans. Let's actually take these out because we're not going to be using these things here on the okay, so these fans are connected. Let's take all of these other ones, move them to the side for now. Okay, so these are all of our fan cables. So we are going to need to move them inside the tray and through here, I'm pretty sure. Okay, we got to figure out where these SATAs are. Okay. System fan, system fan, system fan. Okay. System fan 2, system fan 3, system fan 4. Okay, so there's 4 fan slots down there at the bottom. And then there's a system fan thing there at the top. Let's just use the 3 at the bottom, considering we only have 3 cables that need to be attached. So I'm actually going to route these cables through this kind of tray thing across the top, and then around there on the side. Cable management, baby. We're good at it here at the Ziggity channel. We take pride in our cables. And then I'm actually going to take one of these twist ties and I'm going to attach these all together, because these are all fans. So, want to become famous? I can buy followers and viewers on bigfollows.com. Let's see what I can do about that. Maybe can we ban them? Yeah, that's great. Bye-bye. Have fun. I hope your business goes well, though. I really do. Okay, let's see. So we got all these fans connected over here. Now let's take... Okay, we're not going to need this power to the fan control, or to the controller in here. And then we have 2 LEDs, or LED ones for the fans on the front. Great. That did not sound that good, but they're just tough to get out. That one is very tough to get out. I don't like that. But these clips are very, very, very strong. Okay. So what we're going to do with these clips is we're going to tie them together as well, because these are the LED RGB controllers for our fan, or our 2 front fans. So these can go up here in the front, and we will cable tie. Is Asmodeus modding today? No, he is not. I don't think he's actually watched. I don't think he's watched at all today, which is very strange. So I'm having to do moderation myself while I am, while I am building my PC. So thanks, Jack. Do your job, dude. Okay. And then this is the power for the... Yeah, okay, so this is the power for our controller, which we're not going to need. And then this, what is this too? Okay, that is... Alright, so this is all stuff that is coming out of the front for front controls. So we're going to connect these all together with another twist tie. And I don't want to take the controller off just because it's going to be more hassle than it's worth. What does this go to? Oh, that's okay. So this is another SATA thing. This is another. Right, no, that's not SATA. That's USB type. Yeah, USB type 4, I think. Yeah, so this is both stuff for the controller. So we don't need those, but everything that we need is right here, and then those 2 things through the front that are going to be our things that we need for excuse me, the things that we need to power the stuff from the front interface. And then what does Linus say to do next?
Motherboard. To do that, we're going to need the I/O shield first.
Okay, I/O shield is
I
already
always recommend checking these before you put
installed
them in the case
on the
and making
motherboard
sure that the tabs
for
on
some
the back
reason.
here
So
are
it's
bent up
just
enough
one of
to
those
allow
things
the
that you
port
just
through.
put
Otherwise,
in
they can
yourself.
actually stick into the port, short them out, and even fry them. So we're going to do a quick sanity check, make sure we've got it oriented correctly. Yeah, that all looks fine. Now, we install it into the back of the case by lining it up, then pressing on each corner in turn. For you while you're screwing in the rest of them. I like to have it at about a 10 to 15 degree angle.
Okay. This is going to be the tricky part. So I'm going to lay this down. I'm going to keep all of these through here, but I'm going to lay this down gently. I'm going to gently... Ouch! I just stabbed myself in the hand with a screw. I'm going to gently lay down the case and make sure that all of these that need to be coming through have gone through. Actually, do any of these, or any of these, okay, I'm busting it just for reference. I'm busting into the, hold on, let's go back to the other thing. I'm going into the custom cables now, and we're going to be doing a standing segment for this. So let's pull this out. So yeah, so these are just going to be the motherboard power supply cables, and then some PCI Express stuff, which we will be doing after the stream, because I have to take the 550 Ti out of this computer and put it into this new one, because we don't have a graphics card. So that's great. I do like that they included fan combs for this, so that was very nice. This is not... Yeah, okay, there we go. That's PCI Express. But yeah, they have fan combs to keep your, or not fan combs, cable combs to keep your cables straight. It's pretty good. Linus, what do you recommend me do now? Let us see. Ah, okay, so he just was putting it back in, or putting the thing in, finally. Oh boy. Let go of whatever that was. Wow, this is a very big motherboard, and I did not expect to have this problem. This is proving to be a harder test than I thought it was going to be. I did not like that sound. Okay. Change of plans. We're going to be taking out the fans. Because they're too much in the way. At least we are going to be taking out the rear fan. Because, uh-oh, that was not good. I did not realize that those screws were that short. Because this fan is actually in the way, and I cannot put the I/O shield in the case. Because the I/O shield is attached to the motherboard, like permanently. So, and yeah, they do have thread lock on these screws. Or some type of thread lock. Thanks, NZXT. Very nice. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, this just needs to be all pulled through and then down to the... Actually, let's put these to the side, because I don't think I'll have enough room for them. Yeah, put those to the side. And then we'll have to pull these fan cables through to the bottom, because I do not want these to get trapped underneath the motherboard, which that's what it looked like was going to happen. So that's what we're going to do. I didn't realize that this was going to take as long as it did, but oh well. You live and learn. Let's get that in there now. I didn't even take the fan out. I took out 2 screws and then just decided I was done. Actually, no, I took out 3 screws. Let's take this one out. Gracias. Go into there. Alright, so let's leave this fan on the outside. This is such a ghetto thing to do. Alright. But hey, it works. Doesn't matter. Do these all line up? Okay, these all line up. Where's the motherboard manual? Okay, installation guide for the thing. Great. This is not useful. It literally just pretty much says, hey, put it in the case. It doesn't tell you, actually, maybe it does in this manual. Okay. This is BIOS stuff. Okay. Looks like this is Linus's job. Alright, let's go.
Angle as I'm sliding it towards the back of the case. That helps me avoid those tabs that I mentioned before, and also prevents us from scraping the back of the board along any standoffs that might or might not be in the right spots. We're going to use that little nubbin to hold it in place and look through every hole and make sure that we can see exactly the number of standoffs that we're expecting to see.
Ah, here they are.
You can actually see here that our board doesn't need these three. It's a little bit slimmer than standard ATX. For bonus points, we could remove these from the case, but because they're not actually touching the back of the board, there's no safety reason to do it, so I'm just going to leave them. Now that we know that's all good, I'm actually just going to pop it out again.
Oh shoot, they included zip ties. I already had zip ties, but that's very nice.
That way I can ensure that my runs are nice and tight and clean. There we go. Not bad, right?
Let's get all these out of there.
Let's go ahead and screw the board in. Motherboard screws and any additional standoffs you might need are always included in the hardware that comes with your case. We're going to be using these 632 thread button heads right here. And if you're ever not sure if you've got the right thing, you can always just hand thread one in. And as long as it goes easily, you'll know that you're not going to cross thread it. Don't wrench too tight on these guys. Once you start to meet resistance, give it maybe another 16th of a turn. Maybe an 1/8 of a turn. That's it. And look at that. It's in.
Hexagon
now I know what you guys are thinking. Great. Now the motherboard's in. We can put the graphics card.
Shut up, Linus.
No.
Sorry. We're just... I got a lot of screws. Where's the manual for this case? 6.32 hexagons. I think it's these M355 flats that are the motherboard ones. Okay. Wow, that is a big... Let's go back to the chatting thing. There we go. This is a pretty big, is your PSU fully modular? Yes, it is. That's why I bought the extra cables. Okay. Panel removal, cable management, motherboard installation. Okay, I need to use B. What is B? Six by 32 times 5? Okay. These ones. Okay. So these are our motherboard screws. Let's fold this in half. Okay, so they gave us 9. Or way more than 9, but they say that we need 9. Okay. Just give me 1 for now. Put this on the corner. And then we can screw that in. Tight. Okay, let's just dump these out into here, because I feel like we're going to need those in a second. Or not all of them, but we're definitely going to be needing some of them. Let's put that there. Let's tighten that in. Boom, that one's good too. Actually, can I use the big screwdriver on these? That is a fan screw. Okay, so these are actually designed for the big screwdriver, but they're just really, really tiny screws. Okay, go into the hole, please. Thank you. I don't know why one ear is off. Okay, that glass panel, I was making sure that that would actually fit. Oh, that's why I had one ear off, so I could hear if there was anything wrong. Okay. So that one's good. Secure. Let's put this one down. Tighten that in. So there's 3, and there's another one. Is there a light right? Need to get a flashlight. Okay, so that one does need to be screwed in. Leave my phone right there and grab another screw. It'd be really nice if I had a magnetic screwdriver. You know what I can't wait to do later today? I cannot wait to power this up and watch Neon Genesis Evangelion on this later tonight, because that is literally my new favorite show. It's so good. Like, it is so unbelievably good. And I'm not even like a big anime person either. It's just a really, really good show. Alright. That is tight. Oh! It's Mother's Day tomorrow. If you are out there and you have not gotten your mom something, leave the stream right now and go buy her something. Do it. That is a command from your supreme leader. Do it. I don't care if you're watching the Ziggity stream. Go buy your mom something. Alright. I feel like I'm working on like a car. But hey, you know what I can do after I finish building this? I can play Car Mechanic Simulator, and I can actually work on a car after working on my PC. Pretty sick. Wow, technology has come so far. Science is cool. Science is rad. I love science. I do not like people like that. People that like just go around talking about some stuff like, did you know that your bones are actually made out of exploded stars? I love science. It's like, dude, I don't care. My hands are too big. Okay. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go grab some tweezers, actually. Oh, wait a second. Oh. Never mind. Okay, well that didn't work. Maybe I can knock it down into the hole, maybe? Come on. There we go. Ah! Okay. We're good. This is going to be a pain to remove if I ever have to take this stuff back out. Alright, I think that is all of that stuff. We have one more screw. It's in a very inconvenient location. It's behind a cable behind where a fan is supposed to go. So yeah, if I had the fan on there, I would never be able to get down into there. So we're going to put the fan back on after this. Oh, please don't drop that. I don't know why I'm doing this with my left hand. I'm not left-handed. Oh wait, I can just shine this through the... Give me that in my right hand. That go in there? Nope. But it's in a place where it's manageable with the smaller screwdriver. I wish you guys could see what I was doing right now, because it's pretty cool, not gonna lie. I look pretty pretty manly with my tools and my screw. I can't see that. With my tools and my screws, and I'm so manly, guys. I'm so manly. I like to fry bacon and cast iron skillets, and wake up in the mountains after a long day yesterday of chopping wood. And today I'm going hunting, and then I'm going fishing tomorrow after I hike Mount Kilimanjaro. I'm so manly, in case you guys didn't know. I am the manliest of men. You guys may not like this, but this is peak male performance. Building a PC, wearing a PewDiePie hoodie, and talking about hiking a mountain instead of actually hiking a mountain. Because everybody knows that real men talk more than they act, right? Please, please go in. I can't see. Hold the flashlight better. Sorry guys, that's just the dad in me, you know? Daddy Zane will get mad at you if you don't hold the flashlight correctly. Why is it sideways? Hold on, I'll be right back with a special guest on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest. I know it's very hot in here. They can't really see you, Dad. Everybody, welcome my dad to the stream. Say hi.
Hey everybody.
Alright. I just need you to to hold the flashlight, because I don't know if you can see this. This screw right down in there is that one right there. And that's the one that I'm having trouble with, because you can't really see it, but alright, let's, because I've cross-threaded it like twice now. move it just a little bit this way. No, just hold it up right, like right there. Okay. Okay. It's going in this time. All right. Why is it not? Is that not supposed to be a... Why is it not lining up? It must be a build myth. Like, okay. There's something wrong with that hole because every other part is lined up with it on the motherboard except for that hole. So it must just be a milling error. Thank you. High five. Is that on stream? Yeah, there we go. I will. Ooh, that's bright. That's kind of cool that my dad was just part of a Ziggity stream. How many dads can say that they were part of a Ziggity stream? Not many. That's how many. All right. How do I close this back up? Like this? Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was just kind of an error on the manufacturer's side of things. Just because all of the other ones line up, and we already put like 7. Look how bright that thing is. How bright that is. It's a lot of LEDs. Yeah, all of the other ones line up. That's pretty secured. Like, that is not coming loose anytime soon. Excuse me. Alright, moving on. Oh, wait, no. Before we move on, we need to reattach this fan. Okay, and we need to make sure that this is in the pull configuration. So it will pull the air out. So let's get these screws back again. Actually, I think I can probably stand this back up again. So we will go back to the normal... Uh-oh! Just realized that that's still not attached. Okay, get that out of there. Alright, now we can stand this up. Stop doing that. Stop trying to flail around. I have a bunch of parts around here and don't need you doing that right now. Okay. Let's back this up against this. Where are those holes? There we go. Okay, so there's one. Let's just get these two started. Jack, I'm not answering your call. I'm too busy putting fan screws back in. You guys want to hear my ringtone? It's pretty cool. Let me go find it real quick. My alarms. Hotline Bling Marimba remix. Did you put the RAM sticks right next to each other? No, I didn't. I put them separated by one into dual channel. I put them into DDR4B1 and DDR4A1. Because I know how to run dual channel RAM, baby. Uh-oh. Let's get those other screws in there too. Ah. Put my phone back on Do Not Disturb. There we go. Sorry about that. Y'all can't know that I have Snapchat. It's a top secret information. Yeah, they are kind of big sticks, so like if you have like a set of 4 G-Skill RAM sticks, it's gonna look, they're gonna be like touching each other. They're that big, or not like big, but they're like that wide. They're extremely wide. Please go back onto the fan, please. I just need you to go back onto the fan. I am starving. I haven't eaten dinner yet. I didn't think it was going to take this long to make this. Alright, there we go. Got that going, and then now, one last fan screw. Alright. Yeah, for RAM, there's 4 slots. There's B1, B2, A1, and A2, and then I put them in B1 and B2, or not B1 and B2, B1 and A1, so you can get that dual channel. What is the next thing he wants us to do? Let's go back to Linus. Nope. Where is it? There we go.
Now actually on this motherboard, the graphics card would interfere with surprisingly few other things that we need to plug in, but still, it does make our lives easier if we go ahead and plug all the things that we can into our motherboard first. So let's do our USB 3 connector now. These have very fragile pins, so you want to get it positioned just right. Before applying pressure.
Wait, hold on.
Hear a small click.
USB 3.
And we can go ahead and run the rest of that cable around behind. Woo, nice. Don't try and bend this too tight, guys. If you bend this off your board, then it's dead. We can go ahead and run that rear fan power connector here. You can see I'm putting a 3-pin fan connector on a 4-pin header. That's fine.
Okay, so it looks like we're just going to be connecting more wires. That's great that these are all friggin' pinched underneath there. Uh-oh. Is this not... I don't think my LED... Yeah, no, my LEDs didn't go through underneath it. That's not good. And what is this? Oh, this is my other CPU fan thing. That's okay. These LEDs will be fine. I do need an extension for that, though. Okay, this just got a bit trickier. Can we turn on this light? Ooh, is that going to be too bright? Nah, it's fine. Alright, let's go back to... Look over at me. There we go. Very good lighting right there, though. Let's move that box, though, just a little bit. Okay, so the first thing that we need to look for Are these different SATA fans, I think? Okay, we got 3 pin. Okay, so I know that this is going to be an LED. LED up there. TMC. Okay, so there's 3 fan slots down here, and we need 3. So we're gonna take this one. Go ahead and smack it on there. Run this up through here. Make sure that's a fan. System fan. Okay. Oh dear. Okay, there's a lot of screws in there that I do not want to lose. Those motherboard screws. I just realized that those are still there. Let's take that, plug this in. Did that click? Alright. And then now we have this one. Uh-oh. Put this one right here. It'd be such a nightmare if I actually just broke one of these off. Alright, come on, give me that. So, okay, so this one is to the 2 front ones. Need that to go up there. What are you caught on? Oh. Let's give me a little bit more slack. Come on. Just go through the hole. Alright, that is wonderful. That's not where that goes. That's what I'm looking for, right there. Okay. I was like, that's kind of a big part that doesn't look like that goes right there. And I was correct. Always listen to your instincts, kids. Okay. There we go. Cables are in. Let's turn that around. Alright. Those 3 are in. And where are the LEDs? LED. I just saw them. Okay, so these are our LED ones, and they need a 4-pin output. And one of them is a 3. I believe that's okay. I think those ones up there are fine for these LEDs. But we will find out sooner or later if I was correct in my assumption. Okay, so those slid on with no problem. Turn that cable around for aesthetic purposes. Okay. That actually has come off. Because there's nothing to latch onto right there. Alright. Okay. Let's go back to Linus.
Kind of aim to the right. Front panel audio looks just like a USB connector, except that instead of having a blanked out pin at the very end, it's second to the end. So we're going to go ahead and find somewhere to route that. Along here seems pretty good. And then we want to bring that through, there we go, right at the very bottom right from the back.
Actually, what was Linus doing before? Let's go back just a bit.
You want to get it positioned just right. And if you're ever not sure if you've got the right thing, you can always just hand thread one in, and as long as it goes easily, you'll know that you're not going to cross thread it.
Okay.
Don't wrench too tight on these guys. Once you start to meet resistance, give it maybe another 1/16 of a turn, maybe an 1/8 of a turn. That's it. And look at that, it's in. Now I know what you guys are thinking. Great.
It's not going anywhere.
Now the motherboard's in. We can put the graphics card. No, no. Now actually on this motherboard, the graphics card would interfere with surprisingly few other things that we need to plug in, but still, it does make our lives easier if we go ahead and plug all the things that we can into our motherboard first. So let's do our USB 3 connector now. These have very fragile pins, so you want to get it positioned just right. Before applying pressure, you should hear a small click. And we can go ahead and run the rest of that cable around behind. Woo, nice.
Okay.
3 connector now. On this motherboard, the graphics card would interfere with surprisingly few other things that we need to plug in.
Okay, so we need to do the USB 3?
It does make our lives easier if we go ahead and plug all the things that we can into our motherboard first. So let's do our USB 3 connector now. These have very fragile pins, so you want to get it positioned just right.
And let's go back over here. Tilt that over there. Great. USB 3. Okay, let's figure out what each of these do. Okay, this is HD audio. I don't know what that is. Just cram that underneath there, it'll be fine. My cable management in the back is awful, but it looks good in the front, baby, so that's fine. Okay, let's see. Okay, so USB 3 appears to be this thing. Is this the USB? Okay. There was no ATX cable extension. Just a 4x4 PS or CPU. I know. Okay, so I know that this is the one that goes in there. And there's gonna be another one. Okay. So this goes in here, out through there, and then like this. Thank you. Into that. And this looks like it doesn't matter which side it goes in, which direction, at least. So, okay, that's it. Do we need, okay, so do we need both of those plugged in? Okay, that's USB-C there on the front, done. And then USB 3 here. Run that through there. Almost gave myself a heart attack because I hit the little glass bowl. Plug this in. This is the one that he said was very, very fragile. So is that a cover for it? No, okay. I just gotta be. Well, that just came out. There's the USB, and then there's the USB-C. That actually was a much more solid click than the first one. All right. Turn that light off. Next one is the front panel, which is a 4-in-1. Front panel. I believe that's where that goes. Okay. Please just work. Come on, dude. Just work with me here. Please. I'm actually going to try the HD audio one instead. Hold on. Is this where the audio goes? Yeah, okay. So the audio goes right there. And then we're going to plug this one in gently, easily. It's going to go in with no problems, correct? Okay. That's in. And then now this other front one. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. I didn't bend one of the pins. Did I? I really hope I did not. Please, dude, just work with me. It's definitely not this front USB thing. It's not that. That is the only place I can go in. And it's just not wanting to. 2 hours and 33 minutes, baby. Long stream today. Okay, I'm actually going to turn this again so I can get a straighter shot at it. Sorry, you guys can't really see, but oh well. It's 4. Oh, wait, no. Okay. Well, there's the problem. That's not where it's supposed to go. Huh. So where is it supposed to go? Dang it, come here, dude. Is it supposed to go over there? Okay. Well, we got the front panel one on. Please just turn, dude. I gotta take it out. Come here. There we go. If any of you guys didn't know, this is my first time building a PC. So, it's pretty cool. I'm having fun. Kind of upset that that fan covers up the Aorus logo, but oh well, I can live with that. Oh no. Oh no. Is there another peel that I forgot to get? Oh yes, there was. It's over there, over the Aorus logo. Got it though. Okay. Ouch, my eyes. Should not have looked at that. Ugh. We are making our way through this. Okay, Linus, what is our next move? Nope, wrong thing. There we go.
Before applying pressure, you should hear a small click. And we can go ahead and run the rest of that cable through. There we go. Having a blanked out pin at the very end, it's second to the end. Through. There we go.
Because we already did that. Already did that.
Motherboards these days, that's where the header is for it. So we just find the blanked out pin there, line it up, and bippity boppity, there it is. We actually don't have front USB 2 on this case, but if we did, it would plug in the same fashion right there. One of the pickiest parts of building a modern computer is, of course, the front panel lights and switches. Now, in a perfect world, I'd love to bring these up.
Uh-oh. We got a problem. This random cable goes to something that I don't know what it goes to. Ah, okay. It goes to the internal LEDs. Well, that's great. It's fantastic. Now I gotta figure out a way to run this cable. I don't think they gave me any extra cables for that. Is there another, like, SATA that I have? Yes. Okay, so we do have another SATA cable that will work. This is great. This is actually great. Okay, where was the other LED thing? Actually, that might reach. Never mind. Okay, so there is a DLED 1. BRG 12 volt. Okay, so this is for that. So run this underneath there and up to that little LED thing. Okay. Never mind. There's something I can... Okay. So we've run into a little bit of a problem. Not a major one, not a major life-changing one or anything, but yeah, it's a problem nonetheless. Because we have no way to run this RGB strip. I don't think. Unless What is a G connector? Okay, we can go back to the other screen. There's this G connector, and I don't know what it does. But there is a manual, a little bitty tiny manual inside. So we'll be looking at this. But I think this is a way to do LED? Maybe? Where does this even go? Is it supposed to go in there? Oh, okay. We can unplug this. And then take this. No. This is not how I wanted this to go. I wanted to be able to connect my RGB stuff. That's network stuff. Network stuff. Okay. No, that won't work because that's. Oh well. I don't think there is a way to do that right now. Then, okay. Then we will be moving on.
Up right underneath where the front panel header is, but unfortunately I'm stuck with either bringing it up through here or bringing it through over here. So I guess I'm gonna go this route. If you're stuck with exposed wires, one of my favorite old tricks is to put them in a little braid. So I'm just gonna treat two of them as one. With that out of the way, we can have a look at where everything goes. Lots of modern motherboards actually have them labeled, but there are a few general rules you can follow. The positive pin tends to be towards the left. So here we can do our hard drive LED, which you can see is the bottom left one first. Positive pin to the left. Next up is our power LED. On many cases, these will be separated into individual pins because some motherboards have them right next to each other, others have a gap. This board actually has both options. You can either put them right next to each other here or have a gap there. I tend to just put them right above my hard drive LED. Now our reset switch goes on the bottom, right next to our hard drive LED.
If this doesn't boot, I have no idea what I'm going to do.
Wire indicated, that's because it doesn't matter. It's just going to short those two wires. Same with
I really
the power
hope it
switch,
does.
which goes right above that. Now it's time to, no, I'm just kidding. Put in the hard drive. Now there's
I'm not
about as
using
many
a
hard
hard
drive
drive.
mounting mechanisms as there are stars in the sky, or it toollessly does the aforementioned. Point goes down on the drive. Just check the keying and make sure it's correct. Here to another is the installation method of these bottom shrouds. You can see here that I'm not going to be able to install my power supply without removing
Alright,
it
power
first.
supply time, baby.
So on this particular Corsair case, we're going to need to take out this here thumb screw that holds it.
Time to bust out the big guns. Put this box down here. Let me move this back to the other, there we go. So I know you guys can, like, barely see me, but we're getting out the power supply right now. Manual, cables that we're not going to be using for the most part. Actually, there might be another SATA connector in there that we can use. I didn't think about that for our motherboard to connect those LEDs. Possibly. Okay. So we got this out of the case. We're going to be doing the fan down configuration. Just because that'll be a little bit better for kind of managing things. How am I going to put this in? Is it just going through the side like this? Yeah, it does. Okay. Awesome. Where's my my manual for how to mount this baby? Okay. What did I just step on? I have no idea. Something down there. Power supply. The A screws, which are the hexagon 6-32. Alright. Oh, about to sneeze. Never mind, false alarm. Sorry I alerted you guys. Okay. Put those in there, and then we will mount this power supply. Come on. Just go in there. I did not realize that this would take this long. And of course, I still have not eaten dinner. So... Hey Siri, what time is it right now? So it seems as if I'm going to be doing a late night run to Little Caesars to get some food. Let's take a second to acknowledge that this lo-fi beat that is royalty free has a funky bass line. Been listening to a lot of Red Hot Chili Peppers recently because I really like their music. John Frusciante is my favorite guitarist. And I don't know how many of you guys know this, but I also play the guitar, which you guys will be seeing more of that when I get my rig moved into my room, which is where I'll be streaming from now on after I finish building this. So there's just a little kind of personal update for you guys that I do. I've played the guitar for 4 or 5 years now, I think. I really enjoy it. It's a good way to relieve stress, and I highly recommend that you guys learn how to play an instrument. It's a skill that you will not regret having. I mean, hey, even if you want to learn something like the bagpipes, it's still a pretty cool instrument. I can take this connector and put that manual in there. You know what's going to be really nice, though, about streaming from my room? Is it gets very, very hot in this room. Which I don't know if it's from this PC or from from what, but it does. It gets very hot in this room, and so streaming with an actual fan will be very nice. Okay, so we got the power supply in. What do you say that we do now, Linus?
Put it in place. Actually, that one might need to go too. Give me a second here. Oh, no, that's the one. And this one can slide out. There we go. That gives us a good look at the filtered intake for our power supply, as well as the mounting holes here at the back. Since we're done handling most of the ESD sensitive components of our build,
we're not using any static stuff, so let's just...
That's in case you want to mount your power supply in the other orientation. First, use your power supply, but inside a little baggie, the 24 pin, so called for its 24 pins, at least on this side.
Okay, so we're gonna take our 24 pin, and we're first gonna put it into our motherboard. It is that way? Yeah. Okay. It's the big cool one. So let's route this through the back. I don't think we're going to be watching the wired, or not wired, I don't even remember what the stupid company was called that did the other PC build guide thing. The Verge. I don't think we're going to be watching The Verge's PC build thing. Just because I don't want to deal with it. Let's actually get this centered, or else that's going to be messing with my head. Alright, there we go. Got that fixed.
So the split connector, that's for the power supply end, and this is going to go into our...
Okay, so this one, where is the one down in here that we're going to need? That CPU, something, VGA, there's the big one. Okay.
Motherboard.
I'll flip this around for you guys. Oh, shoot. That was off the table. You guys are so lucky that I'm so strong and manly. You guys are so lucky. Any other man would have let that fall. Not me. Just too strong, too manly. Okay, motherboard. I know my cable management in the back is atrocious. But I honestly don't care, because I just kind of want to eat at this point. Let's hook these two together. Please just go. That's some real first world problems when you're breaking a sweat trying to attach computer parts together. You know what would have been smart? Would have been smart to like connect this stuff before I put the power supply in. I was just doing what Linus told me. Okay, I was just following orders. I can't. I gotta take this out. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. So. That's so much easier. Look at that. Look how easy that was. First try. First try. What do you want us to do, Linus?
See this little clip right here? That corresponds to...
Excuse me.
There. This does require a little bit of force, so if you can, I would recommend putting a little bit of backwards pressure on the back of the motherboard. We're going to go ahead and run this through our cable management grommets.
Do not want to lose
Next
these
up,
screws.
we've got our 8-pin EPS connector. You can tell the difference between this one and an 8-pin PCI Express connector in a couple of ways. One is that if it splits apart, it'll split into 4 and 4 instead of 6 and 2. And the second way is that many PCI Express connectors actually have the gap between two pins bridged. I think it's these ones here. You can tell there's still a little gap because it's a 6+2, but hey, whatever, there you go. Also, sometimes they helpfully label it CPU. So this one goes right about here. Again, clips to hooks until it clips into place. I find the best way to cable manage this one is...
Okay, so we are doing which one now? This is the CPU one. Alright, there's our CPU. More twist ties. Alright, CPU plugs in there. And then these two go in that. And then this is gonna go. Are you kidding me? That's fantastic. You know what? I'm not taking out that fan to get that stupid thing in there. And besides, this motherboard is a little bit different. It's not a standard motherboard. It splits into a 6 and a 4. It's not either one that splits into a 6 into a 4? No. Alright, Linus, help me out, dude.
Also, sometimes they helpfully label it CPU.
Maybe I'm wrong.
So this one goes right about here. Again, clips to hooks until it clips into place. I find the best way to cable manage this one is over
See,
above
Linus,
the
that would
motherboard,
be perfect.
where it'll
but-
then go down the back until it reaches the power supply. For PCI Express, the type of cables you want to use.
Okay. I'm just gonna let you know, Linus, I don't have enough cable for that. Actually, do I? Okay, so that's going to be 4 and 2. It's going to be 8. Is it just that one? Or... This is very hard. Okay. I'm gonna need that light over here again. Thing is, there's 2 extra, or 4, not 4, 2, whatever. sure this is all very entertaining to you guys. Oh, it finally went in. Ah, I did it backwards. Just come here. Put this other one in first. Wait a second. Can I even put it in? Oh, yeah, I can. Sort of moth hit the window really hard. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna change out of this hoodie because I'm actually sweating trying to get this in. Please, just work with me here. No, do not go out the back. Oh, it went in. Oh, it's almost done. Oh. Oh yeah, we got them both in, baby. Wait a second. I didn't realize that putting a computer together was such a Herculean task. My hands hurt very badly. No. Come on. Okay. We got that one squared away. Yes. Victory. My hands hurt really bad.
This is going to depend on your graphics card. We're using an RTX 2080 that has an 8-pin and a 6-pin power connector. So unfortunately, on our modular power supply, all of them are 6+2s, so we're going to end up with an extra couple of pins that we're going to have to tuck away somewhere. But the good news is that we can use a single cable to run up to it. So our graphics card is going to go in our top PCI Express slot. That's the one that is electrically 16x, which means we're going to go ahead and run this bad boy, let's say, right around there. That'll give us a nice straight shot over to it. Now you can run it up through the basement. We can have a look at that later, but I personally prefer this cable management to that way. Finally, we're going to need SATA power for both our hard drive as well as our integrated RGB
I need to take a
controller.
look and see how many, or see what. Alright, so this is just a 6-pin PCI Express in the, that's VGA. Where is the PCI Express? Is it this? Okay. Alright. So we got this figured out somewhat. So these will go back in the box. Actually, there was one SATA thing in here. We're gonna need this. Where was the SATA thing that I just saw? Oh, okay. There it is. Leave that out. Okay, so there's the SATA stuff, and there's that. Alright. Okay. So, we just need to plug in the PCI Express thing. And then we can put this all back together finally. Which I will not be doing that PCI Express thing with the graphics card until tomorrow, because I have to take this graphics card out of this computer and all that stuff. So okay, put that over there. And now let's give this one more turn over here. Get as much of that as we can out of the way. And now we cable manage by putting as much stuff as possible into the hard drive tray. We will just pull this through for later and then just kind of leave it there. Man, this cable management in the back is really, really bad. Good thing I don't have OCD. Time to put this power supply back on. Oh, get the face. I guarantee if I had left the power supply inside of the case, there's no way I would have been able to get all of those cables put into it. I would have actually lost my mind. If this thing does not boot, I'm actually probably gonna cry. Okay, so all of these extra things I can put back in the box. Because I don't need them for now. That's the box that it came in. Okay. These combs, don't need them. Put them over there. Screws, screws, empty bag. Screws, screws. Can I make the connection with that? No, I cannot. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be a special port that I'm gonna have to buy from Amazon. The SATA 12 volt female to SATA 12 volt female. Ugh. Okay. What's next, Linus?
This one plugs into the drive with the little teardrop down, just like the data.
We don't need that.
IQ or whatever the case may be, I'll be able to the computer. So if you just run it here, you can see I'm not going to be able. That way though, cable ties like the sync. Start by taking out the 2 PCI slot covers.
We will not be doing that.
To line up side. Guys, is some case. So we'll go ahead and sag is an issue. Filter back on the top of the case. We can grab our front panel and reinstall.
Okay. So that is all for this. Now, just have to get the rear panel back on. I don't know how easy this is going to be. Hope it will be easier than I think it is going to be. But I'm going to go grab it real quick. Let me rotate this for you guys. Wow, look at how well cable managed that is. Looks great. Just gonna force it closed. got a bit of a bulge on the side. It's nothing to worry about though. It's metal. It'll be fine. That's something I can fix later. Alright. Now, for the front. Look how nice that looks. So nice, so cable managed. Except for that piece. But I can just slip that down in there for now. Alright, so that went on, no problem. And let's see what Linus wants us to do next.
Install that. And we are pretty much ready to test it out. So we'll go ahead and plug in a network cable, keyboard and mouse, display port to our monitor. There we go, any one of these is fine. Then finally your power supply, power cable goes in. Don't forget to flip this to the on position, guys. Otherwise you might go to press the button for the moment of truth. And
okay. So I'm going to be doing a lot of the BIOS stuff off screen and booting Windows off screen. Because honestly, this stream has been 3.5 hours long and I don't really want to do much more of it, to be honest. So we are going to see if this turns on. We are going to hope that this turns on. And if it does, then the stream will be over. If it doesn't, then the stream is going to be over and I'm going to cry. So, yeah. Fingers crossed. I almost forgot how to cross my own fingers there for a second. Can't be good. Okay. So, moment of truth. We're plugging in the back. Flipping the on switch. And then we're going to route this power down here. Plug it in. Lord, please, let this turn on. Are y'all seeing this? It works. It works. What is that making that noise? Okay. Alright, that's great. That's... Okay. So we have a little bit of a problem. That cable keeps smacking that. So we're gonna reroute this around the side. And then loop it around the screw. And then that should do the trick. Because I don't know if you guys could hear that noise or not, But I was like, that sounds like a car running. That is so loud. I was like, surely my CPU cooler is not that loud. It's Cooler Master. It's not. They don't make bad products like that. Why is this not wanting to work? What's your deal, dude? There we go. Alright, let's try it again. Silent. Completely silent. Ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. Thank you so much for watching this stream. This has been a very long, very exciting stream, and I am so happy that it's finally over and that we have built a beautiful PC. It's not over yet. We still got to put Master Chief in there. Just realized that. It's not over yet. So, alright, go back into the box with that thing. Ah. Look at that. Look how cool Master Chief looks. It's pretty cool. Alright. The little Master Chief will go right in there. And then... oh, that looks exactly how I wanted it to. Okay. For real this time, though. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed this stream. It is a long one, and it was a fun one, and it was a hard one to do. But thank you again. Big shout out to Gavin Polly. Thank you for following me during the stream, and everybody that watched so far, a big thank you to you as well. Have a nice rest of your night. I am gonna do some bio stuff with this, and I am going to eat. So, without further ado, good night.